Now, in communications is always critical in everything that we do, and especially in the point of education and educating young drivers. And you had seen Mike Luxenkerken come here before and talk about the Lutzie 43 organization. And yes, just this week, Mike and his team partnered with GDOT for another Safe Driving Summit. Again, a great partnership with the nonprofit Lutzie 43 in effort to partner to reach teenagers and help educate them on driving practices through a series of safe driving summits and a joint educational campaign in partnership with our GDOT's Arrival Live safety initiatives that we have in place. This second Safe Driving Summit was held at Georgia Southern University in Statesboro just on Tuesday of this week, with nearly 300 students attending from 5 area high schools. They spent the day hearing from speakers, attending breakout sessions, and really that were created to impress upon them the importance of safe driving habits. It's really, the breakout sessions are really something, and seeing how the importance of sharing space with tractor trailers. They have the ability to put their hands on a tractor trailer and get in one and see what it feels like and what it looks like when you're in a tractor trailer, and how they need to work, how they need to drive safely around that. They also learned what happens in a trauma room or ER or an ICU. And this is pretty graphic. This is real simulations of what goes on when ER doctors have to deal with people that are in auto accidents. And so a little bit of that old scared straight kind of mentality of you see what the realities are for bad driving decisions. And also they learned about car insurance and why they need it and what it does. Very fortunate to have Ann Purcell here, provide open remarks at the event, and Ann was instrumental in coordinating the event with the Lutzie 43 Foundation. And so special thanks again to Georgia Southern for partnering and making the space available with us. And now let me highlight a couple of video sort of highlighting the day, because that's much better than my explanation, I'm sure.
We're here down in Statesboro for the second Safe Driving Summit, a partnership between Georgia DOT and the Lutzie 43 Foundation, where we're talking to approximately 300 high school students in and around the Statesboro area to try to talk about safe driving habits and try to counteract the distracted and impaired driving that we're seeing across the state of Georgia.
A lot of the trends that you look at are behavioral issues, distracted driving, driving under the influence, speeding, aggressive driving. You can change everything within the roadway in terms of design-wise. Outside of closing the roadway, it's still not going to correct every single crash. So being able to do a summit like this actually opens up and allows us to engage with young drivers and change their behavior, so as they grow up, as they learn, they understand what they should and shouldn't be doing on the roadway.
This isn't just a field trip. This is going to be a classroom experience delivered by real-world professionals, subject matter experts across the industries I've already talked about: healthcare, law enforcement, trucking and transportation, insurance. They're going to tell real-world stories and the elements if you have poor decisions behind the wheel. I want these kids to take the message home and have courage to have the appropriate, respectful discussion with their parents, which many of them, when I ask the questions in the keynote, raise your hand if your parents are typically distracted drivers, I bet you 70% of the hands went up. It's a wonderful opportunity for a teen, if you will, to parent up respectfully. Their parents say, I love you too much. I went to this summit. There's a young man who died from various situations in a vehicle. Mom and Dad, I got to have you stop being a distracted driver.
The big part is just education, just getting educated on, not just from our side, the law enforcement side. Of course, we're going to talk to you about, different laws, different infractions you have and all that. But it's just one of those things that when you hear Mike talk on stage about his son, situations like that kind of hit home, because, we all have family members like that, and some people had family members killed in situations kind of similar. So I think it's just one of those things that is, just sitting up here listening to that and, going through, seeing the breakout session is very impactful. And as a parent, I have a very, very small child. I would want him to attend something like this, just, be able to hear from all the sides of it. So, and it didn't seem like, that the kids were being taught to. it seemed like we were really, trying to educate them on, the certain actions they take, how important it is to not be distracted, and showing visuals of what happens when you're distracted.
Seeing and hearing the real life stories, it does make me realize that even those couple seconds can be very crucial. So now on, I'm never going to be on my phone ever again.
Again, a really, really great outcome, and great job by Andrew and Sam Harris and everybody, all our staff to participate and to pull this together. And Ann, I just would open it to you if you had any thoughts or comments from your being able to experience the Safe Driving Summit.
Yes, I do. I want to say thank you for GDOT's partnership in this Safe Driving Summit that was held. It was an eye-opener. I think those 300 students that were able to attend from the high schools around in the area, I think they came over initially thinking, this is going to be a day I'm out of class. But it wasn't. It was a day that it was filled up the whole time they were there with the actual things that were happening. When the crash scene was shown on the screen, there was totally silence that you could hear a pin drop in that room. To hear Mike talk about his son and Mike's family being there was very touching to every one of them. As you heard the student from Richmond Hill High School, she said, I don't think I'm going to ever pick up my phone when I get in a car and drive again. And that's the purpose. If we can save one life by doing these summits, I think it's a very positive thing. I think the story was certainly told throughout this video. I want to thank GDOT. Our presence was quite noticed, as well as with the Lutzie 43 Foundation, and with all of the partnerships that were shown throughout the state. I've already had phone calls from various locations saying, we've heard about this Safe Driving Summit. Can you tell us a little bit more? Folks, this is what it's all about. We have been a priority of ours in GDOT is safety. This is certainly one way that we've been able to get the message out. Thank you for letting me make those remarks.
And thank you for attending. It is the Lutzie's 43 organization is trying to expand across the state to have more of these, and Mike's very active in reaching out, and so hopefully you'll hear more about more of these across the entire state coming up. So you do have to have a pretty big facility, and you got to have a facility that you can put a tractor trailer in and school buses and park people. So it's a great opportunity, but it's nice to be able to get 300 to 400 or 500 kids at one time to an event like that.